With me today here is John Valle. He's the president of the Society of NLP. He's a master trainer, and he's regarded as one of the best trainers in the field of NLP in the world.
Thank you, Carsten.
Thank you for being here with us today. John, first of all, we're here in Amsterdam in the first European conference of the Society NLP. Some of the best NLP programmers around the world came together here. How happy are you so far with the conference?
It's great to be here. It's great to see the other trainers, and it's great to see so many people wanting to belong. They're doing some great presentations. They're doing different subjects. I think it's a good opportunity for other people come from around the world, basically, to come to the conference and find out exactly what's going on. So we're pleased, really pleased.
Right. Okay. Good. NLP in Asia and especially Malaysia is the awareness is increasing nowadays, and more people are realizing the benefits of NLP for the professional life or for the personal life. And so, what is the difference between what you and Richard are doing in NLP? Okay,
good. I've known Richard for many, many years, and he basically started it all, early on with John Grinder, and then Richard continued to develop things. Now, one of the things that's happened over the years is, some people split off, started doing their own version of NLP, and what we've chosen to do is really to clean up the business out there about what people think NLP is. And a lot of it has been, twisted, turned around, turned upside down, misrepresented, basically. There are things that people are including in their NLP that's not NLP. They forget it's really based on language, things like that, and certain techniques which are made up of the basic level skills. And I pointed out many years ago that NLP is really split between two different kind of domains. One is the basic skills, and the other are techniques, which are made up of the combination of different skills. So it's one thing to learn techniques, it's another thing to learn skill, and you're better off learning skills. So when we train people, we work on skill first, and then we teach them technique so they learn how to put those skills together into techniques. We try to keep it as pure as possible. As a matter of fact, my registered trademark is known as Pure NLP.
Pure NLP.
So so we keep it pure, and a lot of people say that we haven't grown very much, but in fact, Richard is the only one who's been developing new things, actually.
Right.
So the difference is, we're trying to keep the essence of NLP to the essence of NLP, and that's not really being done out there, I have to say.
Sure. Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned you've been with Richard for quite some time.
Quite some time.
How many years has it been?
Gosh, I don't even know really. It's at least 25 or more, maybe 27 years.
Right.
I've known Richard. Yeah.
Okay. And so since then, you've been so long with him together. How has NLP changed from then to how it is nowadays?
Well, based on what we do, again, we're trying to stay with the basic skills of NLP and not try to fancy things up and toss other things in. So there are no things that Richard's come up with and developed based on him going traveling around, finding some new people who do things differently. If anything's happened in the last, I'd say 15 years or so, it's that Richard's been able to take and streamline a lot of the skills, or and a lot of the techniques even, to make them easier, faster. The older things worked, and they might still work, but it's easier now to use some of the things that he's come up with over the last 10 to 15 years. It makes it quicker, faster. The last time there was in the 85 or so, when he came out with using your brain for a change, I think there was the 10-minute phobia technique. That's down to less than a minute. Yeah, and I know it sounds somewhat incredible for some people, but in fact, you can do it now in less than a minute. And that's based on taking what we've learned, taking what we've developed, and fine-tuning it, streamlining it. So there's a lot of, I guess, NLP that's out there that is it's incorrect. I'm sorry.
Incorrect,
it's just it's not only some of it is just old stuff, but some of it is just incorrect. It's just incorrect.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think people need to be aware of that, especially in countries that are emerging in the technology, because they're very easily swayed. They're very easily influenced because the attraction of NLP is so enticing that they jump into the wrong seminar with someone who may not know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And that's a real warning, especially, like I said, in emerging countries where it's really becoming popular.
Right. What advice would you give people, especially in Malaysia, who are looking for quality NLP, or what do they need to be careful about when choosing an NLP trainer, an NLP provider?
Well, again, I would tell them to stay with the Richard Bandler's trainers guys. You know, the people that we license and certify. They can go to NLPtrainers.com and look up the country. Mm-hmm. Now, if the person that they want to check on is not on that list, then they're not one of our trainers, regardless of what the person says. So they should know that, and they have to know what their skills are. If they're thinking about going to any of these because it's enticing, a 3-day practitioner seminar, mm-hmm. that's impossible.
Yeah.
You could not possibly do a seminar like that and be skilled and be qualified. Another one would be, you know, these so-called online certifications.
Oh yeah.
I understand reading books and getting ahead of some of the information. You still have to develop the skills. NLP is a person-to-person, face-to-face interaction technology. You know, not an interaction with your computer. It's not an interaction with answering a bunch of questions, taking a written test. Mm-hmm. You know, things like that. As a matter of fact, our practice and master practice, and some of our trainers, practitioners, and master practitioner seminars, we run a tournament as a way of testing people, so they actually get to demonstrate the skills. So here are the things I would be searching for and checking out, really checking out, but not just by asking the trainer person. Yeah. One, do they demonstrate the skills? Did they actually do demonstrations of students in front of the room? You know, in other words, if they're going to teach anchoring, do they demonstrate anchoring? Can actually do it? Because a lot of people can talk about it, but they really just can't do it. And this is a do-it technology. This is not an intellectual exercise for people.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
You really cannot. In order to be effective and successful in this business, you have to be able to do things, and that involves both putting your language together, your physiology, how you do marking out, how you do all the things, how you use your whole body, you know, in order to affect a change. How long has the person been in business? You know, how many people have been satisfied with them? Yeah. You know, I'd be warning people and counseling people to do that. When I sum it all up, go to NLPtrainers.com and search the country, see what trainers come up. Those are the people that I would recommend.
Okay.
And I train with a lot of different people, by the way, over the years, myself.
Yeah.
So I know most of them out there. And if I don't know them, then they're definitely not on the list for anything. The only people who are on that list at NLPtrainers.com are those people who are currently licensed, certified, and keeping their skills updated as far as we know, as far as we're concerned. Right. In Malaysia, I recommend you.
Thank you.
Highly recommend you.
Thank you.
Yeah.